Hello everybody, I'm glad you're here today. Today is April 4th, 2025. In this video, we're going to talk about some serious things that are going on in the world, some things I've noticed in my local area, which is a pretty small circle. I live in the panhandle of Texas in the middle of nowhere, and we don't have a lot of people around me. But things are happening that I'm noticing that I want to bring to your attention and see if it's happening where you're at. I'm very curious. I'm going to bring you a prepping supply that it's just a little random thing you might forget about. I know that I've forgotten about it until recently. I was like, man, I should probably get some of those. And then I'm gonna read out of my journal from yesterday and read out of the Bible, which is the supreme word of God. So straight up, I will just say the only way to the Father is through the Son, Jesus Christ. And we can talk about that throughout this video, or you'll get the essence of that. That is the core of who I am. And so we're in the pantry again. We're finally back in the pantry, y'all. I'm not in a hospital room today. Y'all know my dad's been in the hospital. He is home. It is continual. The situation is good overall, but there's care that has to be given, and sometimes it's pretty intense. And so I haven't been able to video the last 3 or 4 days, but today I can. So thank Jesus. All right. So here's what I want to tell you about my personal area that I've noticed. First and foremost, once again, lots of flights, lots of military flights going over my house. We have a flight tracker on my daughter's phone that we notice, but we see with our own eyes. I mean, we don't need that tracker. We can see, oh my goodness, I haven't seen that plane before in my flight over me. That doesn't mean it hasn't. I just haven't seen it. And I watch the skies. I have for years. Now, yes, I do live near an Air Force base, but even these planes aren't coming in and out of that Air Force base. Interesting. Now, I'm in Texas, y'all, and you know, I know things are going, they may be popping off on the border. I don't know. I watch NY Prepper. I watch Canadian Prepper. I watch Steve Ram. Sometimes I do Full Spectrum Survival if Brad's kind of that day, you know, like sometimes he's pretty excitable and I'm like, I can't do that right now. I just, look, you know, I live in a place where we really, our emotions are not real demonstrative, especially, and I don't mean this in an ugly way at all, or in a slighted or judgmental way, but the men I'm around are a little stoic. So a man that's very emotional, I'm like, no, I don't want to be around that. I just don't. I can't. So I'm just not used to that. Probably is what that boils down to. Now, here's what's going on in my area. That not only the planes flying over, but also this. In the town next to me, where just 10 miles down the road, that actually has our hospital, has our clinic. It's not just, I mean, it has a structure of commerce. I mean, I guess it's a good town. It's got the grocery store. It's got, you know, professionals in it, not necessarily just agriculture. So in that town, the Dairy Queen just closed for good. Now, y'all, if you're in the city, you're probably thinking, well, so what? I'm like, hey, it's the Dairy Queen. And the Dairy Queen in small town West Texas has been a pillar of who we are. There's been a gathering place after church on Sunday in these small towns. I'm telling you the truth, because it's the only restaurant in a lot of small towns, and it's the only place you can get a hamburger and french fries or whatever. So this Dairy Queen that's been there for, I know, I've been here 40 years. This Dairy Queen's been there the whole time. It closed down. Now, it trickled on and off for a little bit. Here's what happened. They posted a sign. You may not get what you want because of supply issues. And it's just like written down on a piece of paper slapped onto the order board, you know, the drive-through. And so when we started seeing that, I was like, And then I drove by and it was closed. I drove by again, it was closed. I drove by again. And then the other day, my husband drove all the way through the parking lot, all the way around it, got out, looked at the sign on the door, we are closed. due to supply issues and financial issues, we are closed. No more blizzards for me. No more M&M blizzards for me. Then that's okay. I can probably go up the road a little further and get one, and that's okay until that one closes. But I'm like, they couldn't make it work in this economy. All right, so that sucks. I mean, that just sucks. Okay, so that's a big one, y'all. That's a big blow for our county. All right, so you may not understand that, and that's okay if you don't, but that's big, you know. So then the next thing that I took note of, it just made me raise my eyebrows. Man, the Dairy Queen closing made me sit down. I had to sit down and get my breath. I was like, came home from work. He said the Dairy Queen is closed. Definitely. I had to sit down. I was like, are you freaking serious? And he was like, yep. Okay, so that's that level. But on another level of just where I raise my eyebrows and note it, kind of like, that's different. We haven't been speaking that way before. We haven't been thinking that way before. Here it is. Church Sunday morning. I was able to go because my sister stayed with my dad in the hospital. So I was at church. And at the beginning, we talk about wonderful things that have happened, and we share that as a congregation. Then we all talk about things we need to pray about. And one of the things someone was thankful for, and this is a woman who's 91. So she, when I tell you this, you just put it in perspective. She said, I'm thankful we didn't lose electricity this week. I'm thankful we had electricity all week. Now, this woman probably remembers when she lived in this county and the first time they wired electricity to their farmhouse. She probably remembers that day. I would bet. I'll have to ask her. That'd be a good question to ask her. She's all lively. She's all, I'm going to live till I die. I'm going to drive till, and she really does. She has pizza parties at her house, and she has coffee parties of her little friends that come, and they have a good old time. But she actually said, and I thought, I have been an American all my life. I never thought I would hear the words, I'm thankful we had electricity all week. To me, I'm like, are we not a first world country? Yes, we are. Why are we losing our electricity all the time now? And we are where I live. It goes down. Whole town go down. No one knows why. I mean, I guess someone somewhere knows why. They never announce why. And like the whole town goes down. It was just a week ago. The whole town that has the hospital and the nursing home, no electricity. Boom, just gone. No storm, no wind, no fire danger. I mean, it was in the morning. So I don't know, y'all. I don't know what that is, but I raise my eyebrows and go, that's not normal. All right? So those are things happening that I'm seeing with my own eyes. What are you seeing? Share it in the comment section. I read the comments. I don't necessarily respond to all the comments for lots of reasons, but I do read them. So what are you seeing? Okay, what's happening where you're at? All right, now let's go to this prepping item that you may have forgotten about. Y'all may. Yeah, let me tell y'all. I'm the one that's always late to the party with these prepping ideas, usually. So y'all might be like, I got tons of those on my shelf. I'm like, oh, well, I don't. I do now because I just got some at Walmart. But of course, I write. Obviously, I write with, my journal. I journal. A lot of you journal. And I appreciate everything you share in emails, and y'all are just rock stars. And I appreciate all the prayers for my dad and us. It has sustained us so mightily. So it's very humbling to know that you're under, like the wind beneath our wings, like the Holy Spirit wind, just taking care of us through prayer. So thank you for that. So this item is just writing. Let's see if I can get it without knocking everything. I wish y'all could see this corner over here. It's like piled up with egg crates. And okay, so this is writing utensils. I just got a whole bunch of these pens. These are my favorite pens. So you might want to stock up on these. All right. If there is a situation, a supply chain is a situation, and by the way, toilet paper, I tend to think with the upcoming war, it's imminent. That's how I feel. But we've been on this doorstep before, and things can twist and turn and diffuse. So I'm not emotionally attached to the imminent strike on Iran, although when it happens, I'm not going to be surprised. But I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't happen either. The military buildup at Diego Garcia is absolutely mind-blowing. So I just don't think they do that for no reason. So I'm watching that Iran pop-off thing. I'm watching the Europe, and then I'm watching Taiwan, what China's doing there. So all of these things, of all of them, the Iranian thing is the most pressing on my mind and interest. But because of that, I just ask your opinion. I wonder if that goes big. I mean, like if we go in and just, do something very big there, I wonder if there'll be panic buying here. Or I wonder if people just sleep through it. Let me go through this prepping item, and then I'll go down that road. Okay, the prepping item, y'all, if you write, get pens, get a supply of pens. If we get into a spot where we don't have internet or we don't have cell phone service, we're going to be writing each other as best we can. We're going to be writing notes. We're going to be, so get you some pens, get you some spiral notebooks, y'all. I like a good spiral notebook. I got some other ones that have I don't know what they were. I got them at Dollar General. They suck. I hate them because they don't lay flat. You know what I mean? They don't even crease, so that they kind of pop up, and it just makes everything sloppy. Because I always keep a spiral notebook on my kitchen counter and make notes of what I need to do, what I need to do, what I need to do. Or if I hear something interesting, I make a note of that, because I'm always in the kitchen cooking and cleaning and making stuff. So a supply of spiral notebooks, this Walmart, I think I got it for, I don't know, 67 cents a spiral notebook. I really don't remember. It was below $1. I got a whole bunch of those. And then, y'all, I got journals. These were like $5 a journal. This one's bigger than the ones I get at Dollar General. The ones I get at Dollar General are these little ones, and I get these for. This one was $5. This I got at Walmart for like $5.57. I mean, it wasn't even $6. So I mean, I really do like these better, to tell you the truth. But yeah, so you might start stocking up on paper items, those kinds of things. Okay, so there is that. But I will say this, going back to Iran, I tend to think that if we go in big there, I wonder if there'll be panic buying. And then I also, because I was just talking to my sister who was here to help me with my dad, and we were kind of talking in the hospital. She's from Austin. She's not a prepper. I don't talk to her about prepping. I don't warn people about prepping anymore, except subtly. I might say, hey, you might want to get some stuff. And if they respond to that positively, I'll go into detail. If I don't, I just don't shove it down the throat. I don't try to convert people to this way of life, because I mean, I just don't have time. That's basically it. I don't have time anymore. I'll talk Jesus all day, every day, to anybody and everybody, but I will not shove him down your throat. But prepping, I got to get a feel like, man, you got to want to hear what I'm fixing to say. And if I get the vibe that you don't, man, I'm not going to share nothing with you. And you better not be coming knocking at my door when you get scared and want protection. But anyway, my sister, I was talking a little bit about world events. She had no idea what was going on. I just mentioned like 2 sentences, and then I went, but I don't know if what will happen. And she was like, I didn't even know that was happening. I didn't even know that was over there. I didn't even know. I was like, oh, yeah, well, I just played dumb, because, I mean, she doesn't want to know. She doesn't want to know. She's older, And the dynamic is definitely older sister, the achiever of the sibling group. I was not. I mean, C's get degrees. That was my approach. She was not that way at all. It still is not. It's hilarious. Okay. So, yeah, the things happening in Iran are bothersome. The fact that China has surrounded in a military drill Taiwan is worth noting. But honestly, by this stage in the game, y'all, haven't we already seen the world do this already once and nothing happened? I don't know. I'm just not going to get emotionally attached yet. I'm just being calm and watching. I know what my Lord has told me in dreams and visions that our family has had. I know what he said. And he has said war. War is coming. So this does not shake me. I'm like, yes, the Lord has been telling me this for about 3 or 4 years. And I know he's been telling y'all that, some of you longer. So I just don't get in a lather over it. I try not to get in a lather over it. That's the truth, probably. But let me tell you, I got other problems. My dad and his health and all of that, man, my boat's loaded right now. So I did make a Walmart order and got my writing stuff. I also got a lot of cooking oil. I also got a lot of canned goods. That stuff that we had depleted some during the winter. I beefed those up. They're so cheap right now at Walmart. Just a little over $1 a can for like Del Monte green beans, or so now might be the time, or even like chicken broth, or that's what I ranch style beans. Those are things we use a lot of. So whatever, just start prepping wherever you're at. Just today, do one step towards, you know, if things hit the fan, then maybe would make your life a little easier. Okay, let me read April 3rd, 2025 to you. This is what I wrote down. Oh, my darling one. And let me just go back right quick and just say, I wrote this down while I was in worship. And I know most of you know that, but if you're new to this channel, you may not. I get up and worship at 4 every morning until 6. And y'all, I know that sounds like, oh, she's sacrificing so much. But I go to bed really early because that's the kind of schedule. I'm not sacrificing a lot. And I would suggest you don't. I mean, whatever your schedule is, make it so it's going to work where you get up and can worship Jesus too. Okay. So this is what I heard the Lord say, write down. Okay. So here we go. April 3rd, 2025. Oh, my darling one, weep not for long, for joy will come to you this day, my joy and peace. Be ever mindful of me, for I am with you. And then I asked him, oh, Father, help me. I need your strength. And this is what I heard the Lord say, child, my dear one, you are mine. I will not let you falter. Go this day and do what you enjoy. All will go well with you. Just be you, alone with me. Together we will accomplish all that is on your weary mind. I'm not going to go into I'm going to leave that out. And then he spoke directly what was on my mind. And so then he went into, I asked him, all of that was personal. And I share that with you so that he sees you and it's personal with God. It's so personal. So here we go. Then I asked him, I said, we are about to attack Iran. Father, what do you have to say to me? Is there anything in that regard that you want to say to me that I can bring to other people? And this is what he said. Remember your dreams and visions, my child, for what was seen then is about to be seen now. Pay closest attention to me, for my truth leads. My truth is never shaken. The world's truth crumbles, for the world belongs to the evil one, bent on death. Who are you if you have not me? For if you are mine, the evil of this catastrophe will only be felt on the outside. It will never, can never alter the inside, the hearts and minds of my children. Suffering saddens, sorrow bends your bodies in pain. But I say to you now, my dwelling place within your heart is steadfast, unbendable. I am your God. I will carry you through the fire, for the fire cannot destroy what I have established within you by your faith that I am Lord of lords, King of kings. The world crumbles, but I remain the same. So that is what I'll let you do with that as you will. You pray about that in the Holy Spirit and see what he says to you. Now, this is what has sustained me during the time that my dad has been so sick, and I hope it'll encourage you too. 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 3. All praise to God, the Father of our Lord Jesus Christ. It is by his great mercy that we have been born again, because God raised Jesus Christ from the dead. Now we live with great expectation, and we have a priceless inheritance, an inheritance that is kept in heaven for you, pure and undefiled, beyond the reach of change and decay. And through your faith, God is protecting you by his power until you receive a salvation which is ready to be revealed on the last day for all to see. So be truly glad. There is wonderful joy ahead, even though you must endure many trials for a little while. These trials will show that your faith is genuine. It is being tested as fire tests and purifies gold. Though your faith is far from precious, though your faith is far more precious than mere gold. So when your faith remains strong through many trials, it will bring you much praise and glory and honor on the day when Jesus Christ is revealed to the whole world. And then you go on and read the rest of that chapter. It is fantastic, y'all. I wanted to encourage you with that. Put my marker that my friend Miss Donna gave me from Turkey. She brought it to me. I want y'all to remember that God is with us even in the hard times. And I've been through some trials this last couple of weeks. I know y'all have too. I have had 11-year trials. I understand trials. There is a light at the end, one way or the other. Jesus is with us, and it will only make us stronger in him. So keep the faith and hang on. And sometimes it's just hanging on to that thread. I get that. But hang on, guys. Jesus is coming back for us. Jesus is the answer to everything. I'm going to leave that with you. Stay safe, America. From the pantry, this is Gina Lima Charlie. I'm out.